Hello everyone, and welcome once more to another video podcast of Alexandra Mayers LIVE IRL edition. Today I am just repacking and reorganizing my suitcases a little bit for the next leg of my journey, because they're not disorganized, but I'm just in a mood to reorganize them. So just give me a moment, because I am going to tweet this podcast, and I hope all of you are doing well today. I'm feeling pretty good. Today I didn't get to do my planned meditation and outdoor activities because it is incredibly rainy and just plain old gross here where I am. I love this area, but now I see the downfall. I'm glad I arrived here when it was sunny out and, you know, it was just a mild kind of weather, but it's just straight up rain. There's supposed to be thunderstorms tomorrow. So I'm just going to reroute my journey out of the rainy weather, because I don't mind when it's rainy, but when it's not rainy, it's more of a dry climate. But here it is still kind of humid, and I am on a constant search for a not so humid environment. I'm actually looking for the perfect place to live, at least for my taste. I don't know where that is yet. That's why I'm traveling throughout America. Eventually I will find the perfect place. When I do, I will let you all know the vicinity, not the exact location. But I'm just looking, but you know, this area where I am right now is stable here. You know what? I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can. All right, I think I'm still connected. All right, well, you can make supper while I'm doing my repacking. All right. Oh, thank you, Karma. Thank you for watching the other videos. I appreciate you watching and everything. As long as one person watches and enjoys them, that's all I care about. Yeah. So I'm still in the tiny house. I'm still here, but I'm not going to be here tomorrow. But I'm just repacking and reorganizing, because I think if I repack these suitcases, I'll have a lot more room in them. I have enough room right now, but I just like to be prepared. I like to be prepared. I like to be organized. You know, that's how you maintain a productive life. So, yeah. So let's see. What can I talk about? What can I talk about? One thing I enjoy about traveling is when you meet young people, they're always intrigued with where you're from, especially if you're in a small town. And that happened today when I went to the market to just pick up some snacks and stuff like that. There was a young girl who was the checkout girl, and I bought a bottle of Pinot Noir. And she was asking, "Oh, can I see your ID?" And she knew damn well I was old enough, right? But I think she hadn't seen me around, so she was curious. Who's this chick, right? So I show her, and she's like, "Oh, you're from Florida?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm from Florida." She's like, "Oh, I went to Orlando once." Disney, probably, right? And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm, from the Southeast." closer to Fort Lauderdale and Miami. And she was like, oh, I always wanted to go to South Beach. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, stay home. Don't leave. When you leave, someone's going to infiltrate your life, pretend that they love you, pimp you out, turn you out, have you making choices that later on you're like, if only I had known. But, you know, it's pointless to tell anyone that, because people in life are just going to do what they want to do. That's how it goes. That is how it goes. And if you try to run around saving everybody, someone ends up drowning you that you're trying to save. So, anyway. Yes, it did. It got cracked at the guide stones. Let me tell you. And it was so out of character for me for what happened. I was leaving. I put the phone on the top of my car, which I never do. I never ever do that. I don't know why I thought to do that, but I had to open up the back gate, the hatchback. I have hatchback. All right. So I put the phone on the top of the car like an idiot. I opened the back gate, the tailgate of the car, and somehow the phone slides down to where the crack is, where the door jamb is, or where the crack is between the back gate and the hood of the car, and I didn't realize it, and I start pulling down the gate, and I hear crunch, and it was the phone. Can you believe that? It was weird, and I don't even know why I put my phone on the top of the car. I never do that, but that was the energy of the Georgia Guidestones. But it did take me a bit on a different kind of journey the following day. And, you know, I'm not traveling on a specific schedule really or anything right now. So, you know, actually the drive to where I had to go in order to find out what my options were for the replacement took me on a really scenic, nice drive. So no harm, no foul, you know. I had the phone plan, and I just had to pay like the deductible for the phone to be replaced, and it wasn't very much. So I can't really complain. If anyone would like to donate to, you know, help a sister out, that'd be nice, but I'm all right. Things happen. When I think about it, you know, so many other things could happen that I'm just like, hey, whatever. So anyway, let's see. They say aliens visit there? Maybe. I didn't see any aliens unless they were in disguise as humans, which is possible. It's possible. Yeah. So far I haven't had, you know, many things happen on this trip. I've had actually a really nice trip so far. And I anticipate having a continued nice journey. I'm just kind of sightseeing. I used to have peach-faced lovebirds. Well, just one. His name was Peaches. Now I have parakeets. I have 2 parakeets. It, you know, for me, it had nice energy. It definitely is an energetic place. You can kind of feel that as soon as you get out your car and you approach the monument. It was a beautiful day the day I was there. I mean, you guys saw the video. It was so sunshiny. The weather was literally perfect. Okay? I mean, maybe that's an area I should live in. It was really nice weather that particular day. It was a nice stop. It was a really nice stop. Show what? I don't know what you're saying, Rick James. But anyway, so let's see what else is going on. What else? Well, I have some other interesting travel streams that will be coming up. They'll be a surprise because I want to keep y'all on the edge of your seat. Not too on the edge of your seat, you know, and try to keep this kind of mild and tame, but still. Oh, I forgot I brought this sweater with me. You know what? Do I want to wear it tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. I'll wear a different one tomorrow, but yeah. So I packed for all seasons. I feel like I did do a pretty good job in selecting what to bring with me on my trip, because I am going to go north a bit, but not too north. Not too far, but pretty far, but not too far. But what I'm probably going to do, because I don't know how long I'm going to be traveling for. I mean, I really like traveling. I anticipate traveling for at least 6 months. But when I get to the west side of the United States, which would be at least the northwest, at some point, because I've been wanting to do it anyway, at some point I'm going to trade my small car in for some sort of an SUV, because I would like very much to get up to Alaska. I would like that very much, but I wouldn't dare attempt in my little car. I guess I could rent something, but I'd rather just get an SUV anyway. So that's something I'm going to be doing. Oh, you type as NorCal. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. But, so how are you doing, Karma? What are you up to? Alright, so I have I think I have 2 mini tops, really, but it's okay. I don't think you can ever really have too many tops. But I brought a ton of tops. Yes, I did. Me too. Me too. I want to find like a frontiersman. A guy maybe like, I don't know, late 40s, early 50s, but not grumpy. Not grumpy. Because that's the thing about men. When they get a certain age, they do start to get grumpy. That's why I've been saying I think I might have to go younger. I have to go with a younger man, because older men, that they get bitchy, they get grumpy. It's weird. Usually that happens to them when they try to be a player for too long. They wake up one day and they're like, oh shit, I don't even have any sexual desire anymore. I'm old. I look like hell. And the only women I can get are women who want my money. Shit. And sometimes they don't have any money. So then they're even more upset about life. That's why a lot of older women end up with younger guys. They're like, fuck it, I'm just going to be a sugar mommy, because at least the guy is still hopeful and enthusiastic and is, you know, has some sort of zest for life and isn't just like a grumpy old man. Because that is what happens. It's interesting. They become grumpy. Grumpy old men. Yeah. There you go, Karma. There you go. Yeah. There's still hope for the young ones. There's still hope. Yeah. So I put out a tweet, and I also I put out a Facebook post, which I reposted as a tweet and on my Instagram. And I'm not going to name anybody, because the person, actually it's a couple of people who I'm referring to, they know who they are. They know who they are, and I'm just not going to communicate with them anymore. But it's been quite a few years since I've really been out and about and have traveled and everything. And over the past few years, I mean, I feel like I've been very good to people. There have been some people that I have spoken with routinely who I just would have thought one would want to, like, you know, have lunch or something, being that I'm out and about right now and, you know, was visiting their area. But I had these particular people act like they were just too busy to take a couple of hours out of their day to hang out with me. You know, and I'm not saying this from a narcissistic point of view. And I didn't ask them at that second to hang out, but I'm just saying, you know, being that my primary, you know, place that I was residing for a few years was all the way in South Florida. These people are always like, oh, come and visit, come and visit. So finally, I'm out and about traveling, and they don't want to hang out with me, really? That's not being a friend. It's just not. So I'm just not talking to these people anymore, because these people know a lot about me. They know, you know, the things I've had to deal with in my life. They know how long I had to plan in order to, you know, do this traveling that I'm doing. So, you know, I wouldn't call it a direct slap in the face, but I would call it just not really being a human being. But I have been in a phase for a while to where slowly but surely all the toxicity and all the people who don't need to be in my life are kind of showing themselves the door. And I'm okay with that. So what is it? Did I ban this NorCal or something? I will look at the banned people, and whoever NorCal is, I will unban them, since y'all keep talking about this NorCal person. But I'm not doing it at this moment. No, but I'm okay. Thank you all for, you know, empathizing with me and whatnot. But that's just, you know, I'm in a weird place, you know, I suppose social-wise. Because, as many of you know, for many years I worked as an adult entertainer. Not anymore. I have not worked as an adult entertainer, I'd say, for close to a decade, okay? But a lot of people, it's like they want to say that they know me, but I guess they're embarrassed or whatever to be around me. I mean, maybe some people don't want to be around me because of my political views. That could be the case. It could be. But I don't want to be friends with or even associate at a distance with anyone who, thinks that I'm embarrassing or, for some other reason, they don't want to be around me publicly. I don't have time for that. Life's too short, and really, I'm a pretty freaking awesome person. So, I don't know. But I've encountered a lot of that. I've encountered it with family members acting like they're embarrassed to be associated with me. People who I thought were my friends. And it's like, really? I haven't been known as my adult alias Monica Foster since what? Really, 2012 was the tail end of that, and we're in 2020 now? What the fuck? Okay. Well, you know what? If I feel like unbanning, I'll unban, but if the person's banned, there's probably a reason why, so maybe I won't unban. I'm funny about that. Funny about a lot of things, I guess. But yeah, I think sometimes people just are looking for reasons to try to make you feel bad about yourself or doubt yourself, or try to feel like they have something over you because they're envious of you, or something else, who knows. But I just don't want people like that in my life anymore. I have because I know certain people in my family watch my stream, so I'm just going to start venting certain things, and certain people are going to know when I'm talking about them, and I want them to. I have a cousin who's a younger cousin who, might wonder why I don't want to communicate with him anymore. So I'm not going to say who it is, but I am going to I'm going to make it known now why I don't want to communicate with him. Because when I took hours out of my life to talk to you on the phone because you were all depressed, you had the nerve to refer to me as the black sheep in the family? Really? I will never talk to you again, person who I'm referring to. Really, what you need to do is stop bitching and whining. Stop smoking so much goddamn weed. Take care of your kids. I think you have 3 kids now? And grow the hell up. And stop trying to be Mr. Afrocentric too, because you look white. That's all I have to say about that. So he knows who I'm talking about. And I just want it known that I will not be calling him. He can stop calling my phone. He can talk to my mother all he wants. But leave me the hell alone. Sorry. And that last part, I'm not against white people, but here's the thing, okay? And this is just something that has been bothering me for a long time. It seems quite often that the people in our society, meaning in America, who drum up the most racism, who complain the most about being black and whatnot, tend to be people who are not entirely black, who are trying to speak for African Americans who cannot pass. I have noticed a lot of that in my family. In my family, there's a lot of multiracial people. And the ones who are always complaining and bitching the most about being black sometimes don't even claim to be black. So stop trying to speak for people that you don't exactly represent. That Colin Kaepernick, he's one. I'm sick of it. I am just sick of that. I feel like unless you cannot escape or avoid the solid African American black experience, don't try to speak for black people. That's how I feel. I'm tired of it. A lot of people don't realize this, but you know who else was one of those people who is what I'm referring to? people don't realize it because back in the day, photography was in black and white and not in color. Malcolm X. Malcolm X was a fair complexioned black man. He didn't have the exact same experience as Martin Luther King. So, a lot of people don't like when I talk about that, but it is what it is, isn't it? Within my family, there has always been a lot of colorism to where individuals with a fairer complexion receive preferential treatment. And I've never liked that, considering that I'm a chocolate woman. So. All right, NorCal, I will look on the thing and I will unban you later tonight when I'm looking at the YouTube settings. I think I have to do that from my laptop or within the YouTube control panel. I don't think I can do it on here. I'll give you another chance. This is a top I can throw away. That's stained. All right. So I have bitched about colorism today. I've complained. I have reorganized my suitcase a bit. I don't know if I really got much extra room in here or not. But, you know, at least I refolded my clothes. And that's something I needed to do. So, yeah. You know, and that's the thing in our society, colorism. Nobody wants to talk about colorism. Everyone wants to talk about racism. And racism is not really the problem. The problem is the colorism. It's always been. There is no more... when you look at groups of people in America, you know who is the most prejudiced and biased, really, on many occasions? The African Americans within themselves. You know what a movie is that kind of addressed that issue? Spike Lee's School Days. If you've never seen that movie, check it out. But yeah, and it does stem back. I mean, I guess you would have to blame the European colonists because they did set up a hierarchy with slavery to where the slaves that had the easier jobs, but honestly, I would not want to be a house slave when you really think about what all of that entailed, especially if you were a woman. But the perceived easier jobs were the fair complexion slaves because they were often the descendants of the slave masters. They were their own children in many cases with the slaves. And, you know, the harder work supposedly was in the field. But was it really harder to be in the field? Maybe not. Maybe not. But anyway, because of that division and separation, you know, with skin color being the factor, that colorism, that mentality within African Americans has still been instilled within our culture today. It's heavily embedded within the African American culture. But that's where the real prejudice is in society. I don't really think the real racism or the racial tensions are that bad between black people and white people, black people and Latin people, Asian people and black people, Asian people and white people. I think most of the problem really has to do with the tensions between white Democrats and within the African American community. There is some of that within the Latin American community. There is a bit of colorism because it transferred from South America, but that's where it really is. That's where it really is. And I've always been very aware of that, and I don't understand how more people don't see it. No, I haven't heard that. Yeah, that little coffee pot thing that came with the came with this rental. It was very convenient. It was very convenient to use. This little tiny house didn't have a microwave, but I didn't miss it. You know, it was fine because I was only here a few days. If I were to be here a month or even a couple of weeks, then I would need a microwave. But, you know, just a few days, it's fine without one. And I think I made the right move sleeping up in the loft instead of down below. How can you stop racism? You can't. You can't. All racism is somebody lashing out when they're feeling insecure. That's what racism really is, okay? If you find a way to solve individuals' insecurities, then you solve racism. Also, you would have to basically kill everybody who exploits the element of racism to their financial advantage. That would mean killing everyone who is in charge of the media, the entertainment industry, specifically the adult entertainment industry, and getting rid of the majority of today's politicians. Because all of those people are who exploit racism to their financial advantage. There's a lot of money in racism. That's what I don't think a lot of people think about. I think about that, but, you know, there's a lot of money in colorism. Thank you. Yes, I did my year. I didn't do exactly a year. I did close to a year. I did go from September of 2019 to September of 2020, but I was a couple weeks shy because in 2019 I completely cut everything September 26th, but I am not going back to cigarettes or, you know, any sort of smoking or anything. And I'm not going to drink any liquor, just wine. And probably only the reds, not the whites. Because the red wines, they tend to leave me feeling warm, fuzzy, happy, loving, positive. White wine, it doesn't mix very well with my body chemistry. No, you probably cannot take me out to dinner. No. But thank you for asking. I brought a bunch of scarves with me because I like to accessorize with scarves because they are colorful. Here, isn't this one pretty? Look how pretty the colors are in this scarf. Maybe I'll put it on right now. Well, this one doesn't really match. Which one matches my outfit? This one does. I like scarves. There. Just dresses you up a little bit. I'm not really wearing a scarf-worthy outfit. Just wearing my house clothes, but you know, you put a scarf on and instantly you look a little bit better. Just a bit. You look a little bit more civilized. A little more together. There. Probably don't need this. Take this off. There. this box. If you're traveling with accessories, because I just like to accessorize, you might want to get yourself a little tackle box. That's a great way to organize your accessories. Keep them organized, keep them neat. I don't really want to go out to dinner with anybody from the chat. I'm sorry, but no, because some of the chat has scared me. Only females, not males. I will hang out with the females from the chat, but not the males. Some of you guys are scary. Not all of you, but some of you. I'm going to figure out the best way to fold these up. So, let's see here. So, yeah, I'm not sure if there's a certain state park I'm going to visit this week, or if I'm going to wait until I'm coming back down from the Northeast. I'm not sure yet. I'm just kind of winging it when it comes to what I do. You're a professional coffee roaster? Thank you, Rick James. This is a pretty scarf, peacock. See, I have 6 of these because I got them as a multi-pack from Amazon. They're just kind of like a gauzy material. But, you know, that's something I do. Like, really, I overpacked. But if I don't overpack, I feel like I don't have enough options. Why do I need so many clothing options? I don't. I'm not going so many places, but I like to have the options. But, like, really, if my car was a bit bigger, I probably would have more suitcases, but I limited myself to 2. However, to expand your options as a woman packing, definitely invest in some nice scarves, okay? Because scarves really dress up an outfit no matter what it is. Accessories can make or break an outfit. You know, don't be afraid of color. Color is always really fun and nice. You're smart to have the SUV. I used to have an SUV. And you know what? When I had it, I hardly ever went on any trips. Except for when I moved from the East Coast to the West Coast. Back in, what year was that? 2009? Yeah. Or was it 2008? It might have been 2008. But I'm definitely going to get an SUV again. Maybe like a hybrid crossover even. I would even think about a minivan. But I like the idea of being able to go off-road in a SUV. You know, next time I get an SUV, I'm definitely getting one with off-road tires. I want it to be lifted. And I want there to be a hitch on the back. Because if I ever do, you know, long-term cross-country travel again, like this time around, I'm fine with leasing places. But the next time I want to have a fifth wheel of some sort, you know, a really nice one. That's what I'm going to invest in, because that way it's like you're bringing your house with you. And that's what I want to do, because I'm kind of particular about things being a certain way. You know, I can rough it, but still I like things to be, you know, up to a certain standard if possible. And I feel like if I had a fifth wheel, because I wouldn't mind staying at state parks or RV resorts, you know, stuff like that. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I can't ban on this prison thing, so yeah. I'm not willing, that's why I'm not willing to meet anybody really from offline unless they're female, because too many stalkers. It's too dangerous for women. And you know what? It really is only a few people who ruin it for everybody else. I think that men need to get together who are normal and find these stalkers and do away with them. Because it is those few creepy guys who really do ruin it. They ruin a lot of things, actually, for the normal men. You know, if we still lived in, like, wilderness times, it would be easier to get rid of some of these people. Let me see if I can do a little something. Let me go into the chat on here. So I got caught up with the IRL ski mask drama. He seems like he's thinking a lot more clearly nowadays, and that's good. You know, maybe this was like a good wake-up call for him in a lot of ways. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. There we go. Where's that other one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so my next location I should have stable internet, so I'll be able to bring back political news time. I want to do at least one political news time this week. I don't know, maybe it's just going to end up being a one episode a week show for a while, because, you know, there's other stuff that I'm doing. Alright, this suitcase is organized now. Looks a lot better. Much better. You know what? You can keep this and this one. Yes. Much better. And I still haven't built IRL news time. Still haven't, but I've been busy. The whole IRL thing, you know, kind of came into my life at the wrong time, because it was right before my traveling, and as y'all know, I've been planning this for a very long time. Very long time. Okay, let's see how compact we can make this now. Oh, much better. Yeah, because this box doesn't have to go in the suitcase. Okay. How heavy is it? Oh, it's not too heavy either. Okay. Next one. Good. I'm glad his counseling's working well. Good. Good. Because that seems to be something that he really needed. Someone who could give him, you know, clear input, non-biased, outside perspective. That's good. You want to see the birds? Well, one of them's in her little... All right, here. See, there's a loft area up there to sleep in. All right, here they are. Can you see them? Let me bring the cage out. A little bit. They're like, what? There they are. Can you see them? Sunny and Corey. There they are. I'm trying to figure out where I can do it. I'm gonna put this. Oh shit. Hold on. Hold on. A little water thing almost came off. Okay. There we go. Do you see them? There they are. Hello. Yeah, when you travel, especially if you're renting from a private person and you have birds, usually they're fine with birds. You just let the person know in advance that you have birds. In that way, that if there's any reason that they don't want birds on the property, you know, you can keep looking. But for the most part, people are okay with birds. Yeah. And I'll tell you, you can really tell how people view you in their life when you ask them if they'd be willing to take care of your pets, okay? If there's someone in your life who claims to really care about you but is not willing to take care of your pet when you're traveling, then they don't really care about you. That is something that I can very confidently tell you. And they might care about you, but they care more about what you can do for them rather than your happiness or your well-being or just who you are as a person. Hold on. I want to make sure that there's no ants. Uh-oh. I figured that there was. Well, that's nice. That's nice that you do that. Yeah, always, you know, be careful with people who don't like animals or who claim not to like animals. Be very careful with such people. Usually they're not good people. Like, I can understand not liking certain kinds of animals that are dangerous, you know, but like cute animals, little animals should never be an issue. some seeds. I want to make sure. That's the only thing with birds, is that sometimes they throw their little seeds out of the cage. Not even the seeds, but the seed shells. That is what they tend to do sometimes. Okay. Yeah, rats. Yeah. Alright, it's gonna go like that. But yeah, I didn't know how it was gonna go traveling with Sunny and Corey. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. But so far, it's been okay. Corey is the main problem. He's a big mouth. He tends to be a little bit annoying. He has calmed down substantially since I've had Sunny. But Corey's the problem. Not the girl, it's the boy. He's very bitchy. And needlessly so. Yeah, you could see, and you probably could see how dirty their cage is on the bottom. I clean their cage usually like every 3 to 4 days. I at least put the fresh, there's like this bedding stuff that you put on the bottom of their cage. I put that down. But, and especially, you know, traveling, you have to make sure that they stay clean. And they do for the most part. For the most part. Alright, littles. I'm going to put this up there. No, we'll put this over here. Yeah, but Corey is annoying. Corey is very annoying. I don't think I'm gonna do an 8-hour stream. Maybe one day, but not anytime soon. Actually, I'm gonna get going because I have some other stuff I gotta do. But it was nice talking to everybody. It was nice talking to everybody. Aw, yeah, birds can be very emotional. Surprisingly so. Surprisingly emotional. They're interesting creatures. Very interesting. All right, well, take care, everybody. Have a good one. Follow me on Twitter. Bye.